Then there is Qualcomm. It is soaring after a beat and raise. Let's bring in, who else? Farmer Jim Lebenthal, Mr. All In. Man, this is your moment, man. I mean, Cramer this morning said this is a company that's very smart, that the street got very wrong. Up $15 is not enough, and apparently the market listened because it's up even more than that now, Jim.
Yeah, and the market did get it wrong. So let me lead with the punchline. This stock's going to 200 and above, and I think it will be there within 6 months. Frankly, Scott, it might get there before the end of the year. What Jimmy said is right. It just never deserved to be down at 120, 125, and it shouldn't be at 155. We're looking at earnings for this fiscal year, which has already started, above $10, above $11 for next year. You look at the growth rate in earnings. You look at the operating leverage that this company is generating. You look at the diversification of the business, and I'm going to tell you this deserves a 20 times multiple easily. So, 20 times $10 plus for this year, it'll be above $200. And I'm not going to rule out that it happens by the end of the year, but I will put a 6-month target in front of that, 33% return. Earlier this year, Scott, when it was in the 120s, it was all on the supply chain issues. You and I have been talking about this. The market gets it wrong from time to time, and it was getting it wrong earlier this year because the supply chain issues were temporary, and they're already over. What you've got now is 5G is rolling out rapidly, and the company's got 40% of its business that isn't handsets. It's Internet of Things. It's automotive applications, for which they just bought this company Veoneer, which frankly looks genius. So I'm gonna summarize by saying this. I know when I sound breathless about a stock, and that can be dangerous, but I'm telling you, there are nothing but reasons to be breathless when you read the report from last night. Nothing but reasons to be breathless.
Yeah, you first purchased Qualcomm in March of 2020 at around 76, but you say your average price of buying more is about $125, right? Just to get everybody on the same page who's playing at home as to what sort of prices we're talking about.
Right. So average price of $90 for my longstanding clients and myself. And, there's one thing, and this actually pertains to my buddy Steve, who's having a lousy day. There's one aspect of investing that you always hear me talk about, which is be patient. Things didn't look so good during the summer, right? You and I had some funny moments. You cracked me up once. You really cracked me up when NVIDIA split, and I said that's why it's going up, and you said, well, maybe Qualcomm should split. Actually, it was hilarious. It had me laugh out loud on the show. There are lousy moments in investing, and if you know your companies and you can be patient because they have the cash flows, then you got to stick it out. Patience is the biggest virtue of an investor.
All right. If that cracks you up so much, you need to get out more, Farmer Jim. That's all I'm saying.
You delivered it well, Scott. You delivered it well.
I appreciate it. All right, Jim, I appreciate seeing you as well to talk about this.